Hello there, people of the internet. I'm Cursed Blake, and today I'm going to be talking about Sir Whoopass again. So basically, Sir Whoopass has had a ton of updates and a really huge update that came out late last year, and I want to cover it because I hope that it's kind of alleviated some of the issues that I had with the game in my first review, and I kind of wanted to update the review that I did because I feel like it's kind of unfair for everybody to be watching that other review that I put out and be like, well, things have changed. I'm going to go through the update in this and kind of go through what I've experienced playing back through the game. I basically started a new save game, went back through, played the tutorial, loved it again, obviously, because it's amazing. And basically, I'm starting to see the differences that the update has done, and I think there are some really good signs coming out. The game is not perfect just yet, obviously, but I can see some things that mean that they're going in the right direction. So late last year, Sir Whoopass put out the Community Feedback Edition update. And basically, it kind of addresses all the issues that I had with the game when I made my review last time, saying that, hey, the mid-game kind of sucked a little bit, and the end game kind of was just abrupt. I don't think they've changed the end game so much, but I think that they've done their best to try and fix the bad things that they had going on. So the main point of this is a main quest redesign. So what they've said is, we've noticed some players did not enjoy getting all the dungeons at the same time. It was difficult to understand which dungeons had to be completed before others. We've grouped the dungeons so it's clearer which challenge they belong to, and added new quest objectives to reflect that. TLDR, less confusion, more fun. So basically, I revisited the main quest of the game, and I found it to be pretty much the same, except they've just smushed it around a little bit. So now, instead of it having complete 14 dungeons and collect the 3 legendary pieces of the Kivilin beating artifact, or whatever the hell it's called, you basically do it in sections. So there isn't a huge amount of difference in my issues that I had in my original review. However, in saying that, I think that this game has been overall improved. What they've done now is they've basically changed the quest so it's just like in snippets. But at the end of the day, it's just window dressing. They haven't actually changed the meat and potatoes of the game. It's still the same thing. It's still exactly the same. It still has some of the issues that I kind of had really big issues with. I really wanted it to be more involved, and yeah, they haven't done that. They've just made it seem like it's less of a schmozzle in the middle of the game. The other thing that's a huge thing is they've improved the overworld, which is you've got new things to interact with. There's 20 plus new camps and a new area. I haven't explored the entire overworld just yet. I've only played a couple of hours into the new save game that I've done, but I can definitely say I like the overworld way better just from what I've done so far. And this could be a combination of all the updates since I last played it, but there's so much more stuff going on that I kind of love. Like, I came across a little Red Riding Hood story where you got a flamethrower and you had to, like, you know, kill spiders and wolves and all sorts of craziness. And I love that that was just worked in, and it kind of really played well with the character of the game that existed. And I think that that's what they really need to do with this game. And if they do make a sequel for this game, that will be fantastic if they focus more on the character of the game rather than trying to make the gameplay way better or anything like that. I think they just need to focus on the character way more and just have the combat and stuff kind of roll back a bit and have a much more fun, stupid, humorous experience. And I think that they're attempting that at improving the overworld. And one of the things I will say that I do really like about this company is that they've basically said, hey, we know that we screwed up, so we're going to make it better. And hopefully, that means that they're going to keep making it better for the lifetime of the game.
There should be a switch on the other side to lower the bridge, but it's unreachable from here. Maybe
I know how to do
could
this.
Find the switch and pull it.
Yes, I can do said thing. We're using Lucy again! Oh shit! We just killed her! A lot of players have commented that the game becomes repetitive in later parts of the game. Because of this, we've overhauled all the dungeons with lots of new stuff to increase variety and replayability. Here are some of the changes. Every dungeon now has stats, such as time taken, enemies killed, secrets found. You'll see the new stats screen when you exit the dungeon. Destroying an energy orb no longer automatically exits the level. Instead, a portal will open. When you go through this, you'll get the stat screen. There you can choose if you want to keep playing in case you miss some stuff or exit the dungeon. And I think that's really good because, like, sometimes you'd get to that energy orb and you're like, I'm not really finished just yet. and then you'd have to kind of go crazy. But the other thing too, I noticed with the energy orbs, a lot of the time I would get way bugged out by those. So having just like a door that I can go through rather than having to destroy this orb, which then would sometimes yeet me into the overworld or like teleport me inside things or just make me spontaneously explode, is really good. And they said that they've included way more stuff like secrets and traps, exploding barrels, more loot chests, more orb guardians, and like just... it sounds like they've increased the dungeons way more. I guess we just press the button, right? Oh yeah, we just do like a little fart. Woohoo! We're literally playing Flappy Bird now. I mean, not Flappy Bird, Flappy Night. Okay, this is... I'm now 5,519th. So they've added a game within the game, which is Flappy Night. So Flappy Night is basically a wholesale just rip-off of Flappy Bird, but you are farting Sir Whoopass flying past columns. And I know that's not a huge difference to Flappy Bird, but I found myself playing it for a little bit and I was like, yeah, this is okay. But it's a cool thing that they've added, and there's high scores in there. I think that I was so bad that I couldn't even crack the top 100, but you know, I'm pretty bad at these style of games. Okay, time to get the pimp my protagonist and get a gimp outfit. Finally, I am a gimp in game. One of the things that I actually really liked and I found super fun, you'll see it through this update video, you can put new skins on Sir Whoopass now. So I've been running around with a gimp suit because I'm a degenerate, but there are so many other ones you can do, like unicorns, Optimus Prime, all sorts of crazy things. I really like all these because it just adds just that little bit more character to the game and makes it even more stupid than it was before. The other thing I noticed while going through is they've actually renamed a lot of enemies, like skeletons are now boners. Can I use this big bad boy on the boners? You ready? Die, bitch! I whacked the boner with my big hammer. And there's like tons of other names of things. Like I just noticed a few differences like that. They've just tweaked a couple of things just to make them a little bit more funny. And I think that that's a really great thing. The other thing that I really, really loved was that the loading screens have become even more amusing. And I think that's great. Skeletons fear for their deaths. The nights are not safe anymore. Local skeletons to the east report that nights have been experiencing more violence lately. Me and my best friend were on our way to the pub last night when a hero in black armor and ridiculous hat attacked us. One of the surviving witnesses says as he mourns over his dead friend. These occurrences have increased lately and a total of 42 skeleton deaths have been reported. We have started a group of adults that patrol the Wildwood area at night to keep our children safe, another skeleton said. It's like little tallies and scores of how many people you've killed, and they give them little news articles. And I think that's super fantastic because it's just fun. It just increases the fun of Sir Whoopass. So does this really change my review in the grand scheme of things? And I don't think it really does. I think that it has added and made the game slightly better, but my issues are still present in the game. I still think that the middle part of the game is where it really gets let down. It does get a little boring again. The combat becomes just stupid. It becomes too easy. Like pretty much every enemy you can just like absolutely gutter stomp with any weapon. You don't even really need to block or roll. Some enemies give you the minorest challenge. Like even the boss, like the first boss that you fight to get the villain beating artifact is pretty easy. Like I only had to use a couple of heals to get through it, and it's a simple hit 3 times kind of boss. But you know, the combat and that sort of stuff really isn't why Sir Whoopass is good. Sir Whoopass is good because it's humorous, it has like tons of character for a game that looks like it's been developed for basically nothing, and it just has a lot of awesome vibes to it. And I think what I said in my original review was that the character of the game was fantastic. I loved the narration, I loved all the humorous bullshit that went on, I loved the stupidity of the game. The combat and like the basic gameplay elements are kind of where it lets down, and you'd think, hey, well if the gameplay isn't good, is the game bad as well? And it's like, no, so Whoopass is a really weird combination that I still love. Like, I think that that's not what's come across well enough in my previous review. I love this game. I've played it like twice now. And, you know, I still loved every minute of it. It just got dull in certain sections. And I think that's all it is. But I still loved the experience. I still think it was fantastic. And I still think it's worth playing. Even if you don't finish the game. Even if you don't get past the first section. I think it's worth it just to have the weird Sir Whoopass experience. We can pick up the cat. Wait, do we have to do something with the cat? Star Cat's coffee? Oh, no! Don't tell me we have to put the cat in the coffee machine. Insert cat. No. Surely not. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Oh, it
Oh, no.
smells delicious.
That's basically all I have to say about this update. I'm hoping there'll be more updates, and really, I hope that there's going to be a Sir Whoopass 2. I want to know what happens with the bad guy. I want to beat the villain, the immortal. I don't want him just to be able to run away and that's it. I want this to be finished. I know that sounds weird because, like, you know, I whinged about the game being quite simplistic, but I think it's really fun, and I think that if there was more money put into this game, which I feel like with how well it's been accepted and how much people like it, it is a fantastic game, and there's a lot of people who absolutely love it, and I would buy another version of this game if they made a sequel. I would love it. I would play it, you know, and if they fixed the issues with it being slightly dull in the middle, I would love it. I think it's fantastic, but I don't think that they can fix it for this game. Anyways, I loved playing Sir Whoopass again, and I think that if you guys haven't played it and you played it when it originally came out, I think it is actually worth a revisit because there's a couple little things in there that are a little bit of fun. You might get another couple of hours gameplay out of it just from starting a new game, and you'll find some interesting stuff there. My original video was it worth playing? And it definitely was, and it still definitely is. So if you guys want to pick up Sir Whoopass, I think it's on sale pretty much all the time on Steam or GOG, and it's an absolutely fantastic game. It's pretty cheap, it's fantastic, and I think that you'll enjoy it. If you've enjoyed this video, remember to give it a big fat like, and subscribe if you want to see more craziness, because I do all sorts of crazy things here. Anyways, thanks for being awesome as always, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.